country, and we all know it. The Democrats and the Republicans are the two great war parties. One of them will always get elected to run the place, and they both agree on fundamental things. They agree, for example, and I wonder if you agree, General Electric shouldn't pay any taxes. They only made $14.7 billion. And of course they shouldn't pay taxes. They should be able to give that money to political parties to get their agenda passed.
Let's talk about General Electric for a moment.
Yeah,
do you know why they didn't pay taxes?
Absolutely.
I'm interested. Tell me.
They didn't pay taxes because they lobbied hard for every loophole, and they had what the New York Times called, quote, creative bookkeeping. You and I should have creative bookkeeping. That's a very interesting way to imagine.
Well, but it wasn't.
So here's the thing.
Wait a second. But it wasn't illegal, Mr. Ayers.
No,
lobbying is not illegal.
No,
read the Constitution. Read the Constitution. The First Amendment gives you a right to redress grievances.
Every great fortune involves a great theft, and General Electric.
Every great fortune involves a great theft?
Absolutely. Every great fortune involves a great theft. There's no question about it. And General Electric is a case.
I would say every great fortune generally involves working really, really hard, having a good idea, busting your tail, and providing a good or service that people want.
Sure, exactly. So
you have such a childish attitude about how the country works, how the world works.
I'm sorry.
It is childish. It is childish. You act like General Motors, General Electric stole something. They took deductions. Part of their organization lost money, and when you have losses, you offset them against your gains.
Did you pay any taxes at all?
I'm sorry?
Did you pay any taxes?
None of your business if I paid any tax.
I love it. Well, the rich love to kind of all the tax breaks and all this. And you said before you denigrated government, and I've heard some of your ads and so on. But so you really hate the government.
Well, actually, Mr. Ayers, let's not talk over each other.
No, let's not. You rode to work on a government road. Astonishing. It was a socialist road. You have socialist police protection all around you, and yet you think the government is all bad, at least when it comes.
Mr. Ayers, why don't you ask me what I think about the government before you decide what I think? You're the one, Mr. Ayers. Please.
One is, what do you think about General Electric not paying any taxes? And two, what do you think about having $1 trillion military budget? $1 trillion, more than the rest of the world put together. You think that's wise?
What do you think about the fact that I think you're a terrorist? What do you think about the fact that I think you're a degenerate? You're a degenerate who ought to apologize for what you've done. That's what I think.
That's certainly your opinion. That's fine. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. But
obviously not. You live in a country that apparently has forgiven you, allowed you to go to University of Illinois and teach and work for the very government that you tried to attack in the 70s. It's really quite remarkable. It's quite remarkable that you walk around, your head held high, you try to attack a police building, the Pentagon, the Capitol, you're not in jail, you never spend any time in jail. It's remarkable.
Who decides who goes to jail? You? You decide who goes to jail. You decide that I deserve to.
Well, had you
get that decision?
Had you not run, Mr. Ayers, you very likely would have gone to jail. But you ran. The statute of limitations ran out, and you were never prosecuted.
That's not true.
What's not true? That you didn't run?
It's not true that there was any statute of limitations that ran out. There was no technicality. I went before the court. I faced the court.
You faced the court after you were a fugitive for how many years?
Listen, the point is, I went before the court and
after you ran.
My legal problems.
After you ran.
I understand that, but my friend, now you're saying I should be in jail. Why should I be in jail? Because you say so? Or is there a law that one has to follow? If there's a law, take your evidence, but I got to tell you, you have no evidence. You haven't read one book that I can hear. You've read some account that some blogger sent you.
You just admitted that you tried to bomb the Pentagon. You admitted it. That's a crime for which you should have gone to jail.
Not only that, I flattened the tires on military vehicles. An act of extreme violence, an act of extreme violence against property, but not actually something that anyone wants to put me in jail for. But I think you have the evidence.
Mr. Ayers, you say that there's a palpable lack of democracy in the country. You are bothered that General Electric hasn't paid any taxes. Why do you live in America? Why haven't you moved to Cuba?
Wait a minute.
Or Libya, or some other country where you think that there's a lot more freedom?
The cost of living in this country is not being critical. That's an interesting position. So you think in order?
Oh, you're beyond critical.
Wait a minute.
You actually founded a terror organization. You actually assaulted the Pentagon, the New York City Police Department, the Capitol building by your own admission. That's just not being critical. That's being a criminal.
40 years ago, so I did face those charges. But the fact is, the biggest terror
don't regret any of
organization
them.
in the United States today is the Pentagon. The Pentagon is a terror organization. That is, it rains violence down.
The Pentagon is a terror organization.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
wow.
The invasion, the idea that the United States can invade and occupy any country it wants to is absolutely insane, and it's going to drive us right off the deep end. So no, you're right. I'm opposed to many, many policies. Why live in America? Because I was born here, just like you. You didn't choose this country; you were thrust into it. Now,
yeah, and I didn't become a terrorist the way you did.
You decided.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the interview. Thank you very much for the interview.
Welcome, and good luck on the future.
Thank you. You too. 1-800-222-KBC. Your reaction. We come back. Larry Elder.
KABC and KABC HD Los Angeles, KABC.com.
You're on? Morning, Larry.
Morning.
That guy ate your lunch. Wait, you had nothing for you.
You still there?
1994 when you first came on.
I'm sorry. You faded for a moment. Say that again.
When you first came on with Dennis Prager, when he brought you on, that's how far back I've been listening to you. But he kicked your ass just like Steve Coakley kicked your ass, Larry, back in, 15 years ago or so.
Thank
You
you.
had nothing for him. When you disagree with a guy, you talk over him, you cut him off. The same thing you did with a caller you had on yesterday, Larry. You had nothing for the guy. He's kind of like maybe I am. He's a pacifist until you piss him off. And that's just the way that
why don't we dissect the interview, Zulu, instead of just saying that he kicked my ass?
You did, Larry.
No. Let's dissect the interview, Zulu. That's what you do when you're analyzing something. You don't come on and just say he quote kicked your ass. Give me a specific instance in which, in your opinion, he prevailed.
Well, you said he should have went to jail for terrorism. Listen.
Actually, I say he should have gone to jail for terrorism.
Right. You say he should have gone to jail for whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Some answers, whatever, Larry. But listen here, man. Listen.
I'm not that ungrammatical.
The banksters are the real gangsters, okay? They should be in jail.
The banksters?
The banksters are the real gangsters. They should be in jail, not Bill Ayers, okay? Not Ayers. He shouldn't be in jail. You should be in jail.
Okay, so you think you're winning this argument, too?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I didn't call the winning argument. I just called the...
No. You said that he kicked my ass, so I'm asking... This is a new question. The banksters should be in jail, and I should be in jail. What is my crime, sir?
Oh, Larry, you're impossible.
Yeah, so are you. Thank you very much.